the halls and not your family. Fa la 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 la. Hello everyone, I'm Tupperware Pete. It's Christmas in July. Oh, look at the display. It's a little bit. I've got the ambient mood lighting happening because it's Christmas in July. It's the 25th of July, which is Christmas in July in Australia. It's the only time we can pretend we're having a freezing cold Christmas, because otherwise we're down on the beach at Christmas Day. So Christmas in July is when we can have all those nice little warm meals, those comfort foods that the Northern Hemisphere normally enjoy during Christmas, and we have in wintertime. So I'll just take a step out of the display so you can have a look. So there's lots of things that are available right now. There's new things that a lot of people haven't seen before. There's the good old favourites, and you'll probably spot a few bits and pieces that you might have your mum or your grandma have used, right? There's a lot happening, and what I'm going to be cooking is, I'm going to be doing a trifle. Stick around for that, and I'm going to do this as one long video, all right? And also, incidentally, let me know where you're watching from. I love finding out where people are watching from. It helps me understand where the algorithms are kicking in and that, right? So I've got the Tupperware pressure cooker. Now, normally you cook like cauliflower chickpea curry in here, or a pulled pork, or a spaghetti bolognese, chili con carne. You can do apricot chicken, curried sausages. You can do an 8-minute chocolate Tim Tam cake. You can do seafood risotto. You can do mac and cheese. You can make homemade soups and stocks and stews and casseroles and casseroles and curries. Strike that. Reverse it. Casseroles and curries. Tonight, I've got some grease-proof parchment paper. I'm going to do a pineapple fruit cake in my Tupperware pressure cooker, right? So what I've got in here, let me just pop that aside. In my Eco Plus clear bowl, I've just got a kilo of mixed fruit that I've had soaking. Oh, you should smell that. I've got this soaking in 750 mils of pineapple. All I did was I got a tin of pineapple. Did you see that video? I got a tin of pineapple. I blitzed it up in the supersonic chopper, and I added up enough water to make 750 mils. I then grabbed some spice mix. It's got ginger and cardamom and nutmeg and black pepper and cloves and mixed spice. And I popped a few tablespoons of that into there. You can see there's a little bit of liquid in it. Not much, a little bit of liquid. And so I had that soaking overnight, right? So let's get the party started. It's Christmas in July. Good King Wenceslas looked out. It is Christmas in July. What we're going to do is grab our Tupperware measuring cups. And I've got a 1 cup measure. And in here, I actually keep my wholemeal, or this says wholemeal flour. It's actually normal self-raising flour. You grab the tab, you peel the seal. Now, I know this is the cereal container, but I keep, this will keep 3 kilos of flour in here, and instead of taking up like this much space, it only takes up that much space, and I've got a deep shelf, so it maximizes the space in my pantry, all right? So that way I can keep the pantry police at bay. Thank you very much. This is the Tupperware sifter. There's no metal parts in here, which means it's never going to rust, all right? So what we're going to do is let's grab another one of these little measurements, and we'll just pop this straight into here. I'm going to measure up 2 cups of flour. Can you see this okay? I didn't think the ambient lighting through. Can everyone see what I'm doing? All right, so there we go. We've got 1, measured with love, obviously, 1 cup of flour. Let's pop this one into here as well. Now, there's another 2 cups of flour. We'll pop that into there. Now, what we will do is, let me just show you. Let's pop this on here. Move this out the way. Let's just grab some of this flour. We'll pop that out the way. Now, this in here, can you see? Can you see everything okay? Let me move this. I've got my flour. Now, whether you are going to store icing sugar in here, you can have a couple of these, because the seal on the bottom and the seal on the top means that you can now store and serve icing sugar, cocoa, flour on your bench top in the pantry, and you won't have to keep, you know what I mean? You can have 1 for icing sugar, 1 for cocoa, 1 for flour, and it makes life very easy in the kitchen. All right, we are going to grab our Tupperware spatula. And all we're going to do is just fold this through. Now, with the Tupperware spatula, see how one side is straight and the other side is curved? That means if you do need to fold through, it's going to make it very easy to be able to do that. The curved side is going to follow the curved bottom, and you can just fold that through. And that all this is spices, a bag of 1 kilo mixed fruit, 750 mils of pineapple juice. I just used a tin of pineapple and I blitzed it, added some water to make it up to 750 mils, and 2 cups of flour, and we're just mixing it up until you can't see any flour. It's really, really easy. We're going to pop that into the bottom. And I find the parchment paper down the bottom does help it lift out just a little bit easier. But instead of popping your oven on and having that oven on for what, an hour and a half, we're just going to pop this into the microwave for 25 minutes. Right? And then while that's in there, we're going to finish off. It's going to be a Christmas pud feast fest for Christmas in July. It's going to be so much fun. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, Tupperware, had a very shiny nose. Tupperware, and if you ever saw it, Tupperware, you could even say it glows. Tupperware. Oh, what fun. All right, so we're just going to fold that through, making sure that we've got everything down the bottom. Turn it around, there's a little bit more flour down here. Can you see what I'm doing here? Folding that through. Yum-oh. Yum-oh, I could eat this right now. Okay, how easy is that? So all I'm going to do now is let's grab a cloth. We'll just wipe down that hand. We've got this cloth here. Let's wipe this down. We'll make sure that we clean the bench. If you've got time to lean, you've got time to clean. So what we've got, the Tupperware pressure cooker. All we've got, can you see? All I've got in here, I've just got some parchment paper or some grease-proof paper, baking paper. I can't remember. It's baking paper I've got in there. Baking paper and grease-proof paper are slightly different. And all I'm going to do is pop that straight on there. So, I need 3 hands. Okay, I'm trying to do this for the camera so that you can see what I'm doing. Can you see what I'm doing? Yum-oh. Oh, jingle bells, Tupperware, Robin laid an egg. No, hang on. How does it go? There's our fruit cake. Love a good fruit cake. And we will quality control. Yummo. That passed that test. So, fruitcake. We will, I put the spatula in the, we might just need to just level that out. Okay, there we go. We've just leveled it out, so try and make it as flat as you can, right? Within reason. All you have to do is line up the arrow on the top. See how you turn the arrow that way to take the top off? You turn the arrow that way to pop the top on. You've got an arrow down here. You line that up with the arrows down the bottom. And instead of your oven being on for an hour and a half, we're going to pop this in for 25 minutes at 900 watts, all right? Let's move this out the way. We're going to pop this straight into here. While that's in there, let's do the trifle. Let's do the trifle. Oh my goodness. We have got, actually, did you know the Tupperware Eco Plus clear bowls? These are the ones that reverse landfill. So what they do is, you can get a whole bunch here. Let me show you. You can, so many different sizes and for different quantities, small bowl portion control, right? So what they do is they take single-use plastic out of landfill. Water bottles, shampoo bottles, those sorts of things, and they remove all of the impurities until they're left with food-grade Tupperware ingredients. And that's what they use to make the Tupperware heat-resistant Eco Plus clear bowls. You've got drink bottles, lunch boxes, drinking straws. There's a whole bunch of products with, it's called Eco Plus. It's a line of products within the brand of Tupperware. They're absolutely brilliant, right? So what we've got in here, let's move the sifter out the way. What we've got in here, let's move this out the way. We've got our, let's just write, I've got flour everywhere. This is the Tupperware slice and store. Now, back in the day, I used to make cheesecake straight into here. And so that way you just pop it into the fridge and then you can, a Toblerone cheesecake in here is divine. I've just got little jam rollettes into here. Let's move this out the way. All we're going to do is grab our Tupperware scissors and we are going to just slice up this. I'm going to slice them into thirds. Right? Talk amongst yourselves for this bit. So whether you're doing these to slice up spring onions or cut the roses or herbs, or whether you've got a couple in the craft room using them for fabric or for paper, I've got 3 in the kitchen because they come in handy so much. You know, sometimes it's quicker just to do this than it is to get the chopping board out and a knife. You just grab the Tupperware scissors and away you go. Oh, hang on. I'm too busy chatting. Hang on a minute. Let me just, I'll show you what we're going to do here, right? So what we're going to do is just line this up. Hang on. I'm too busy chatting away. All right. We're going to line this up in here. We're going to do a layer in here. And this is, like, how gorgeous is this, right? We will just layer this up as we go around. Can you see what I'm doing here? Can you see that okay? We do little layer upon layer upon layer. Facing out that way. I did eat a couple earlier, which might have not been the wisest choice. I only had one. All right, let's pop this in here. Okay, yummo. There is our jam rollettes, right? So what we might do is grab some custard out of the freezer, right? I don't know what I'm doing here. I've got all these ingredients and somehow we just have to fold it through and make a trifle. I have got in my micro cook picture, these are the ones that go into the microwave and the freezer. I've just had this into the freezer setting, right? So what I did was I grabbed some milk powder and I popped some milk powder into here. I grabbed some water out of my Tupperware Pure and Serve water filter jug. I poured some water into there. I also threw in some custard powder. Threw a few of that custard powder into there. I threw in some cinnamon sugar in my large spice container. I also threw in some ground nutmeg in my small spice container. Right? And in a little Tupperware freezer container, I had mashed banana. Now, I just popped that straight into there, and I've whisked this up. It's still a little warm. I've had it in the freezer. It's still a little warm. It's like a banana, nutmeg, cinnamon, sugar custard, right? And you just pop it all into there, pop it into the microwave for 2 minutes, pull it out, give it a mix, another 30 seconds or another minute, and you just keep doing that until it's thickened up. And if you want it cold, you just pop it into the freezer, right? So we've got all of that. While we're waiting for that to be a little bit more cooler, I've got 600 mils of cream. And what I've got is, you know what this is, don't you? No need to ask, it's a smooth choperator. It is a smooth choperator. Smooth choperator. It is a smooth choperator. This will whip cream up, all right? So what we're going to do is, hang on, did you see this? There's the little jam rollettes. How cool is that around the outside? And we might just move a couple around so it's not entirely... There we go. What we're going to do is open the top of this up. And the colder the cream, the quicker the whip. So I've just popped it into the freezer. Oh, now I can't open it up. I've just popped it into the freezer. we've got I'm remembering that washing powder video. Oh my goodness. Okay. The colder the cream, the quicker the whip. We're going to pop this straight into here, cream and all. We're going to grab our little mini spatula, and we will just grab our little mini spatula. I'm going to pop that straight into here so I can scrape off any of that excess cream. You don't want to waste that. Get as much out of there as you can. And the mini spatula is perfect for that, because it's got a nice narrow head to it. You can pop that down into there and scrape off any excess, which I think is awesome. Waste not, want not. Right, so we'll pop that over to there. We'll yeet that into the sink. We'll grab the top onto here, and now let's save money on gym fees. So you just pull the cord until the cream whips, right? Now, I have made butter before. It does take a fair while, but you can do it, right? But how good is this, right? So we're just going to whip this up. Which means when you go camping, you can still have strawberries and whipped cream. How awesome is that, right? If the electricity goes out, you can still have a gorgeous dessert. All right. And you will feel it. You will feel it thicken up. Well, we've got a little bit to go. Let's just pop this onto here. Let's just give this a bit of a wipe. You will feel it thicken up. And you get that, I mean, you can feel it, right? Can you feel it? Feel it? Feel it? You still with me? Okay, we're almost there. Almost. Just got a little bit more to go. Obviously, I didn't put it in the freezer for long enough, but that's okay. I didn't want it to be long video, but right, now, I think you can take the top off that way, or, oh my goodness. I've got the condensation happening on the, oh, what's going on here? Can you see, look. That cream is totally whipped, baby. How awesome is that? So what we're going to do is I've decided I'm going to do a little layer in here, down the bottom. So can we see? There we go. That's what I've done. There's my little jam rollets. Then what we're going to do is grab some custard, and we will, you know what we might do? Let's grab the ladle. And a ladle too. Where is the ladle too? Grab a Tupperware ladle. It's hot pink, so you always know where it is in the drawer, right? We're just grabbing, let's ladle around some of this gorgeous banana custard. And that's going to soak up into there, right? Then what we're going to do is, I've got some pav shells, some meringue shells, right? I'm going to just roughly chop... Oh, what was that? Roughly chop these with my Tupperware bread knife, my Mastro knife. I'm just going to roughly chop them into chunks. Right? So that's all I've done there. Little meringue shells. And I'm just going to... Can we see what I'm doing here? We will just pop them into here. Let's do another one. And it's Christmas in July! How exciting! It's like a... You know what? Christmas in July is like the test run for the regular Christmas. Because then everyone goes, oh, I liked that recipe. No, don't do that one for Christmas, but I liked that one. Do that one for Christmas, right? So we've got some Pav shells. We'll just pop them straight around in here, right? Then what we've got... I've got these jumbo marshmallows, right, left over from Halloween, because the Tupperware modular mates will literally make your food last up to 5 years longer than the best before date, all right? So you've got that there. We're going to slice up chunks of marshmallow. We're just going to pop them into threes. Oh, where are we? They're a bit sticky. All right, let's do this. Can you see what we're doing here so far? We've got chunks of marshmallow, which we love. All right, that is our marshmallow. So, that's that layer. See the marshmallow, and we've got the custard, we've got the meringue into there as well, right? So what we're going to do now is, I've got a couple of tins of peaches. I'm going to open this up with my Tupperware can opener. We'll just wipe that clean, because I got custard everywhere. Wipe that clean, right? So what we're going to do is, open this up. Now, it doesn't matter if you're left-handed or right-handed. You can open up the cans. It will not leave any sharp edges whatsoever. Oh, this one's got a bit of a dent in it. Not a problem. Let's see if we can go around again. It won't leave any sharp edges, because what it does is it doesn't actually cut. It just releases the seal, right? So, can you see that? Look at that. There's literally no sharp edge on that one. Pop that into the bin. And there's no sharp edge over here either. It releases the seal. So all you have to do is you open up the arms and you aim at getting the rim of the can in between this turning wheel and that turning wheel, all right? You pop that on, close up, and you know you've got the whole thing on because you can lift it up, right? Whether you're right-handed, I'm actually left-handed, so I do it this way, but because of the way the camera's set up, I do it right-handed so you can see what I'm doing, right? Even though it looks back to front, you know what I mean? Now, did you hear that click? Sometimes you hear a click, sometimes you don't. You can go back a quarter of a turn, that releases it. Grab this little beak part here, and what you do is you open up the arms, see this little, and this here? You open up the arms, hook that over the rim of the can, close up the arms, one hand on the can and the other one just lifts straight up. You go over to the bin, open up the arms, pop that back into the bin. See how this has never touched any food? You do not wash this. Do not pop it in water and it will last you forever, right? So we've got that there. What we're going to do is just grab my... Oh! Something kicked the bucket. What we've got into here, I've got my double colander. I'm just going to drain off these tins of peaches. I've got 2 tins of peaches. Right? Very quickly, just drain this off if we can. Right? And what we might do actually is... I'll just sit that into what I had the fruit in, and while that's in there, let me get the jelly. Because I've made jelly. I've done red jelly and I've done green jelly. Oh my goodness, what a Christmas feast! We have got These are the micro cook pictures. It's a set of 2. Can you see the little measurements up the side? There's measurements up both sides. So you can measure up your cup measurements in quarter cup increments. You can measure up to 200 mils in 25 mil increments. Underneath you've got a teaspoon, a tablespoon, a half a teaspoon. In here I've got my jelly. Now these can go into the microwave and the freezer. So how awesome is that, right? So what we got in here, let's grab our... I've got my Tupperware spatula. I'm just going to pop that around in here. Can we see what I'm doing here? There's my jelly. Wibble wobble jelly on a plate. I've just got my spatula. I'm just going to chop this up into bits. Into chunks, if you can see what I'm doing here. You know, I've tried to be ambient with the lighting and you can't see anything. So what we're going to do is I'm using the edge here to slice this jelly up, and I'll show you in a minute. I'm just slicing this up into chunks, making sure that it's not too chunky, and there's enough here. I like it rustic, do you know what I mean? Here we go. So there is our... There's our red jelly, just chopped up into chunks, right? So I'm going to, and I'll show you this in a minute, pop the red jelly around. It's Christmas in July! Now, yeah. There is our... So there's the next layer. We've got our red jelly around there with, oh, what's that? A couple of marshmallows escaping over there. There we go. So you've got the red jelly there. Now all we have to do is take the top off. This is our green jelly, right? So all we're going to do is just go around here, make sure that that pops out. We've got our green jelly popped out there. We're going to use our spatula, and we're just going to slice this up into bits. Oh my goodness, how delicious is this? Pop that up into chunky bits. There we go. Pop that aside over here. And then you're still with me? So this here, look, there's our green jelly just into bits, and we will pop the green jelly all the way around over to here. We have got, there's our red jelly, there's our green jelly. See, look at that, delicious, right, with our jam rosettes. We've got the rest of this banana, nutmeg, cinnamon custard. Let's throw that on the top into there as well, just around into chunks. Yum-oh, I cannot wait to eat this. Let's just grab our spatula. Let's clean that bowl right up. There's our, right. Then we've got, spread that around. We've got our custard on the top over to that, right. Then we've got our peaches. We've got a couple of tins of peaches that we've drained, and let's just pop our peaches straight over onto the top of that custard and jelly. How delicious is that? Would you like to see it? Yum! Oh, there's our peaches on the top. Let's see if we can... I can't believe this has done this. This has never done this. Oh, there we go. It just lifts straight off. There is our cream. Cream! And we are going to just pop that cream straight on the top. Now, you can whip up coconut cream. Now, I do have that in the fridge, and if we've got time, bonus round, we might try whipping that up, right? So, we've got this cream. Let's pop that over to there. Then all we do is grab this. See? That's the whipped cream. How awesome is that? Right, so all we're going to do is pour this straight over onto the top. And we will just spoon that around, spread that over. How delicious is this? Yum-o. Now, if you wanted to, you could have thrown the juice of the peach in and that jam roll that's going to... I didn't want to do that because I didn't want it to be too soggy. I wanted it to still be firm, and I still want to taste the cake as cake. So that's why I drained off the what's the name? But can you see what I'm doing here? How delicious is this? Right? There is our 4 litres. You know what? We're not going to do the what's her name? Right. There is our... Let me rinse this. Can we see what I've got here? Let's move this out the way. Right? This is our... There's our trifle. We've got the red and the green. I did slap this together for the video. Custard, banana custard. That's all going to drizzle through. We've got our cream on the top. Let's move this out the way. Let's open a tin of passion fruit. Oh, let's put this over here. Oh, here we go. Let's open a tin of passion fruit. Yes, it's got the ring pull on it, but I don't want any sharp edges in my bin. So I'm just going to use the Tupperware can opener. We're going to open this up. And we are just going to literally drizzle this passion fruit over the top. Right. Oh, it's coming around. It's drizzling her down the outside. Round the outside, round the outside. Where is that spatula? Let's just... Oh. Make sure we got some holes going down into here so it can go down the side. Here we go. Give it somewhere to go. Yep. Where we go. So there is our... Where's the cloth? Oh! Let's move that out the way. Clean this up over here. There is... Oh my goodness, how delicious is this, right? Now you can grab a seal. I can now seal this. I can pop it on top of the, stack it up on top of the fridge, stack things on top of it. That's going to be good. I can come back. I can prepare this ahead of time. I can leave this in the fridge for 2 or 3 days. Let that soak. Absolutely divine. You know what we can serve it with? Remember the homemade ice cream I did? Let's pull that out and have a go and see what's happening with that, right? I made a mixed berry ice cream. And I cannot wait to eat it. Let me tell you, I cannot wait to eat this. This is my large Tupperware freezer container. And all I did was whip up cream, fold and added some icing sugar, some vanilla. I threw in a tin of condensed milk, threw that around in there with some crushed, blitzed up mixed berries that I did in the supersonic chopper. I'm going to now, can we see that there? I'm now going to grab my Tupperware ice cream scoop. That's fresh. I should have left that out of the freezer because it's rock hard, right? Now, with these Eco Plus clear bowls, you don't have to use them for tomato soup or for salad. You can actually use them as little mini dessert bowls. Small bowl, portion control. Well, not tonight, Josephine. It's Christmas in July. So let's move those ones away. We've got this medium size, which is, what size is that? That's a 610 ml size. That might be a little bit big for dessert. We might not need that one. But we do have a few of these, and they have their own seals as well. So you might want to do up your own portion control in the fridge ready to go. Whether you're doing a quick overnight Wheat Bix or a quick overnight oats, whether you're taking a salad somewhere or whether you're using them for dessert, remember the old saying, if it's square, don't you dare. If it's round, make a sound. Never take the air out of a square. If it's round, make a sound. Pop the thumb in the middle, lift up on the tab, and you do that little polite burp. Now that's a liquid tight seal that will not leak. Of course, it's an airtight seal once you just apply that, but if you want it to be liquid tight and it's a round container, definitely express the air out of there. That's why our tummies are round and not square, because when we do a polite burp, we become liquid tight. Exactly the same as a round Tupperware, all right? So we will do a small one of these with the ice cream. So we grab our ice cream scoop, which is like, it's a piece of art, and it's just like, it's a solid piece. It's a terrific kitchen tool, right? All we're going to do is there's one scoop. How delicious is that? Oh my goodness, right? Let's do another scoop. There we go. How awesome is that? It's homemade mixed berry ice cream. I didn't add any sugar to this, so I know... Oh, I think I added a couple of tablespoons of sugar. But everything in moderation, right? So we've got that into there. There is our mixed berry ice cream, right, that we can now have with our fruitcake, which is beeping at me. I need to pull that out. I've got my custard and cream and jam rolettes and passion fruit and peaches and meringue and all that sort of stuff. What I didn't realise was I have got some crushed nuts in here. Let's just top this with some crushed nuts on the top. That gives it a bit of extra crunchiness, texture. It finishes it off beautifully. We've got the passion fruit going down into the cake, custard, cream, YUMMO. We've got that there. We've got our ice cream, homemade ice cream. We're going to pop that back into the freezer. Oh my goodness, I've got to taste this. I want to taste it so that I know what's going on. Let's just wash the old digits. And then what you do, you know what you do? You grab your Milo that you've got in a square number 3. Grab the tab, grab the tab, grab the tab, peel the seal. You grab your Milo, got to be made of Milo. And we will just grab a little spoon, just a little spoon of Milo. And we will dust that straight over our homemade mixed berry ice cream, as much or as little as you desire, right? Oh, yum, Milo and ice cream. Let's just taste this while we can. Oh! What are you eating? Merry Christmas in July. That's divine. Okay. Oh, that's yummy. We can have some of that with that. That's our pav. What we're going to do is we're going to wipe this down. We are going to open this up. Oh, the old glasses are fogged up. See this? See how the pressure indicator is still in the up position? Do not touch it until that goes into the down position. So while we're waiting, let's see if we can find a plate to pop this on, and fingers crossed. There we go, that's got to just fit. Fingers crossed, that's going to be fine. Now remember, when you purchase your own... Okay, you can join Tupperware, right? When you join Tupperware, you get 15 to 25% off the entire collection. Now, you can either join as a personal shopper, as a social seller, or as a business builder. So you can use your shopping link to save a little money, you can use it to make a little money, and in all honesty, most of us end up doing a little bit of everything. There are 27 million people in Australia. Less than 12,000 have an active consultancy business with Tupperware. And considering, like, Tupperware is still up there with the sales globally, that's impressive. So have a think about reaching out to the person, whoever whoever's group you're watching this in right now, or myself, reach out, ask for some details. It's all obligation free, and we can just send you some more information and you can make up your own mind, all right? What we're going to do, we're going to wait for that to go down. I want to take a photo of this, but I've got to wait. So you know what I might do? Just have a little bit more ice cream. Oh, that is divine. Absolutely divine. We got to wait for this to go down. And it's like, I don't know how long it's going to take, but I want to do it as part of the video. So let's just hold it up. Let's see if we can catch it going down by itself. See how it's steaming away beautifully? I've never done a fruitcake in here before. Now, remember I said instead of doing a slow cooker or your oven on for an hour and a half, this will do everything in 20 to 30 minutes. So whether you're doing apricot chicken, curried sausages, I did lamb shanks the other night. I do my mashed potatoes in here. I will never do mashed potatoes on the stovetop ever again. If you are doing vegetables, just do 150 mils of water minimum and then throw in the rest of your veggies. I did potato bake in here the other night. I've done a 8-minute chocolate Tim Tam cake. You can do mac and cheese in here. You can do any of your risottos. Seafood risotto, pumpkin risotto, spinach risotto, mushroom risotto takes 23 minutes in here. What else have I done in here? I make homemade stock. So you grab your barbecue, your chicken barbecue chook, all the bones, you throw it into here with carrot, celery, onion, black pepper, bay leaves, whatever spices that you like. Pop it on for 30 minutes. There's your homemade stock. You grab your double colander that I had my peaches in, strain it off and pop it into your Tupperware freezer container. That's up there by the Shapo. If you have a look at my red hat, it's pointing up there, just by the Shapo Christmas tree. Those freezer containers are ideal to pop your homemade stock in. Any soup, I did potato and leek soup in here, pumpkin soup in here. Whether you're doing any curry at all, any casserole, red lentils, kidney beans, chili con carne, polenta, this will do everything your slow cooker takes 6 to 8 hours to do, and it'll do it in 20 to 30 minutes. I was hoping that would be done by now. I really want this to go down into the down position. So let's just leave that there. And I will just take this opportunity to take a step out of the display so that you can see what I've got. Now, most people are going to say, what is that thing there? I've never seen that thing there before. Very quickly. This is your Tupperware. It's called a Tupperware Wow Pop. This will pop popcorn into the microwave oven without butter, without oil. Now, when you get it, it does come like this. It comes down like that. So in my kitchen, I can just store this straight beside the microwave, and I always got popcorn whenever I want it, right? So you just pull this out. With this here, there is, don't look too closely, I haven't washed this up, but I do cook popcorn a lot, right? There's a little glass disc in here. That's borosilicate glass. There's no lead in any of the Tupperware glass whatsoever. You pop your popcorn in there. About 1/4 cup, I find, is plenty. And you pop that into there. Grab, see the holes? See that little large opening up the top there? You line that opening up with the holes here so the steam can escape. Pop it in for 3 minutes into the microwave. Then once you've gone, longer than 2 seconds without a pop, you know that it's done. Sometimes I have to pop it in for 3.5 minutes, but normally about 3 minutes is good. Pull that out. You shake off any excess popped kernels that haven't popped, right? Any kernels that haven't popped. You shake them out through there. And then you can add your flavourings into here, or you can just pop that into another clear bowl and add your flavourings into here. What I love doing, my favourite, you pop in sweet chilli sauce, some butter and the juice of a lime. Pop that into the microwave for about 1 minute. Pour that over the top of your popcorn, and that sweet chilli lime popcorn, oh my goodness, that's divine. Parmesan cheese with melted butter and Italian herbs is also delicious, as is Milo or icing sugar over the top, depending on whether you want a sweet popcorn or a savoury popcorn, right? Remember, you do get 15 to 25% off when you become a personal shopper with Tupperware, so have a think about that, all right? This is still in the up position. Oh my goodness, I've never made a fruitcake in the pressure cooker before. The suspense is driving me mental. Let's just wait. Literally, you have to wait for that to go down, because part of the safety features, let me show you. Part of the safety features, I do have a couple of pressure cookers. The safety features make this product phenomenal, right? All the instructions are on the inside here where you don't have to keep looking for the booklet, right? You've got this little gasket that sucks everything in and keeps the top onto the bottom. See here, you've got this little interlocking mechanism, or these interlocking tabs. They interlock with the tabs on the side here, and that also keeps the top onto the bottom, all right? You've all seen the pressure indicator. That goes into the up position when it's working, and when it's finished, when the pressure's finished cooking the food, that goes into the down position. There is a little steam release valve. The steam that goes up through that steam release valve, and this is your safety arm. So that locks the top onto the bottom. So they're all the safety features. So that's why it's important to wait for the pressure indicator to go down like it is now, right? Oh my goodness, here's the moment of truth. We open that up, we turn this around, we take the top off, and oh my goodness, it's like a pudding, like a fruit pudding cake, right? All we're going to do is let's grab this spatula, we'll just clean this up. And what we'll do is we'll just run this around the side. Grab a spatula, we'll run this just around the outside. Oh, this is so moist. Look at this. Oh my goodness. I'll be doing this recipe again. Let me just show you. That's it there. How gorgeous does that... You should smell this. It's divine. Now, hopefully, this plate is going to work. Fingers crossed. Hold your tongue in the right place. Are you ready? Oh my goodness. Look at that. Oh my goodness. All we have to do now is... Oh, can you imagine pouring like almond essence over this and lighting it? This is really hot. I've licked my fingers. Okay, where is... Oh my goodness, this is divine. Look at this. That's just flour, a kilo of mixed fruit, 750 mils of pineapple juice, and whatever spices you want, right? That's it there. That's just, I just used, that was grease-proof paper, not baking paper. I suppose you could use both. Look at that. How delicious is that? You have that with your trifle. Oh my goodness, that's divine too, right? That's just, how awesome is that? And then you've got your own homemade ice cream with Milo. Thank you very much. If you've got any questions or suggestions, I'm going to take some photos. Please let me know. And in the meantime, it's Christmas in July. So, you know, be kind to each other and deck the halls and not your family. Fa la 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 la. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.